we have already equalled the number of wins that this club had when we arrived. I mean, it's one, but it's a win. It's a win, right? They count. Ignore the fact that we shipped 15 goals in 2 games with the national team, won't you? Cheers. Hello, my name's Damien, I'm that Trucking Foot Manager. Welcome back to College 1975. We've got one of each. We've got a win, we've got a draw, we've got a loss. You saw the loss, we haven't lost since. That's nice, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Sidney Muhammad's in the favoured personnel list. Has he always been there? I mean, he's a good striker, could do with some composure and a bit of strength. Apart from that. Yeah, we only played 2 games. I didn't want to go too far because obviously there's so few games in this league. This end of the season's quite important because we want to try and get in the top half. And yeah, it doesn't end on 27th of January, as we know. It then splits and we play the remaining games after. But you saw us get tanked by Lincoln. And again, tanked is a bit harsh. The goalkeeper had his moments. We drew 0-0 away at Lynx, and that's a good result. They were bottom half last time, but the top of the bottom half, if that makes sense. They were a good side. And Magpies, a 2-0 win is lovely. Huart, with his first goal in his first appearance, doesn't look like much, this lad, but he can finish and he can head, and actually, he's a good option up front. And the other goal was Stefan Burrell, which was his first goal since he arrived from the Hound Dogs. I ain't nothing but... No, we don't do that anymore. So we've got Europa Point, the local derby, and then St. Joseph's, the away game, then the home game, obviously. In wildly different stadia, promise. But one thing I wanted to mention this time, I've talked about how we're going to progress, and obviously... We've already found out that we're clearly not going to just go ping, top of the league, easy, quite like we did with Hound Dogs. Because there's some good teams in this league and we don't have the reputation to sign the players we want. But if we look at the league table overall for last year... Lynx were in top half last time. And so were Magpies. And we've got 4 points off those 2. There are very obvious... splits. There are definite levels. Obviously, Man 62, us and Europa Point are very much in the same bucket. We're right down the bottom. Not very good sides. Then you've got Glacis, and Lions probably shouldn't have been in the bottom half last year. Did they qualify for that because of the league? Is that another broken thing? No. Oh, it's 267 grand this year. It was only 223, wasn't it? So they must have won the cup, I guess. Let's find out. Did they win the cup? Holders Lions. There you go, they won the cup. So that's a way of qualifying into Europe, as we well know. But, we go with the previous season, it's largely the same. Except Lions are down there this time. Magpies are bottom half, but they bossed for bottom half. So, if we're not... there's sort of like a ladder, isn't there? There's steps. Like, we need to get out of this bottom 3. If we finish top of the bottom half... That's a lot of money. It's not meant to be a lot of money, but it is. If we can finish in the top half, yes, we might get tanked for the second half of the season, but we'll never finish lower than 6th. And that will be quite nice, and that will help the reputation. Possibly we want to aim to finish 7th. Not just to, fudge 260 grand out of the system, but because we won't go on that losing spree that will be quite unpleasant. Because let's face it, if we go top half, I think it's reasonable to say we're not going to win a lot of games in the second half of the season. But at the same time, 4th place is what? Playoffs, is it? Or is it automatic? I'm literally just looking at the page. Oh, it's automatic Conference League unless the winner of the Rock Cup nicks it off you. So 4th place, which isn't completely unachievable if you're in the top half, is only... Could get into Europe. Maybe we do need to then. I'm rambling. I'm aware I'm rambling, but it's occurred to me that there's very little to talk about when you only play 2 games between episodes. This is how the national team looks. There we go. It's pretty, isn't it? as of yet, we've scored, well, the qualifiers are over, we scored 1 goal and we conceded plenty. And that 2-1 defeat to Wales made it look quite promising. It was never that promising again, unfortunately. There you go. Played 8, lost 8, scored 1, conceded 45. Yeah. The biggest problem we have is that players keep getting just sent off. Yahaya sent off against Scotland. Hernandez and Sargent sent off against Croatia. Jessup and Oliveira sent off against Wales. We're not playing ridiculous tackling, hard, two-footed, break-it-up football. We're not Wimbledon. That's an old reference. If you're like under 20-ish, you probably don't know what I'm talking about when I say that, but Google a Crazy Gang, you'll be fine. We have the playoffs for the relegation, and it's Kazakhstan. We booked in a friendly against Rwanda as well, but that's a long way away. So it's Kazakhstan home and away to see if we get relegated to the 4th tier of the Nations League. I honestly don't know if we do want to get relegated to the 4th tier of the Nations League because, well, Kazakhstan are 124th. That's a lot of places above us. But I feel like we could probably beat them. But if we get relegated down to that level, it's Andorra, it's the Faroe Islands, it's us, realistically. San Marino, for that matter. It's a lot of teams that we should be able to beat, many of whom are ranked higher than us, that could boost the national performance. Because we've peaked at 185th, but we've now dropped to 188th because of getting tanked by everyone left, right, and centre. So maybe we want to go down in order to win a few games and win a Nations League group and go back up. Who is in Group D, rather? Not the relegation playoff, the Nations League D all groups. Cyprus, well, not Cyprus and not Latvia. Moldova, San Marino, Liechtenstein, Andorra, and Malta. You'd fancy us to win several of those games. Maybe not Moldova. Who's the other teams coming down? Whoops. Relegation playoff. Either Bulgaria or the Faroe Islands. Well, let's be honest, it's the Faroe Islands. Bulgaria aren't losing that. So, Group D looks like a sunlit uplands, really. But maybe it's not. Anyway, we're going to go away to Europa Point. It wants me to put Dale and Hopper in. I don't think I agree with any of that. I don't agree with Hopper as a right back, if we're being honest, but Griffiths isn't very good. We have several times tripped over this registration thing. If you missed the last episode, A, where were you? And B, you must have 5 players trained in Gibraltar in the playing 11. Now, it's anyone trained for 3 years between the ages of 0 and 21. A lot of our players are 18-year-olds that weren't trained in Gibraltar, but they will still eventually qualify. Lopez might in fact be one of them, looking at him. Oh no, he already is homegrown. That's good. Anaya, was he one of them? Yeah. But he's probably too old. Yeah, he's too old. Never mind. Anyway, the point is, it's a squad selection thing that we are tripping over quite a lot. We have been playing this 4-2-4 recently, and it's not bad. I think it does leave us a bit open at the back, but at the same time, it allows us to attack with more fluidity because Mahmoud was getting so lost up front on his own. No matter what I did with these wingers, whether I had them inside or had them wide or whatever, he was just getting left alone. So we have gone much more attacking. We've pushed the lines right up. This is the team that we're getting stuck in with. Not the national team, but this team doesn't get sent off too often. It does get booked quite a lot, though. The team for the first game is Lopez in goal, Watson, Yates, Anaya, and Griffiths as the back four, with Avellano and Burrell in the middle, Adams and Salika on the wings, Mahmoud and Huart up top. It's not a terrible team. It's not as terrible as it was. It's also not a very good team yet. There is plenty of space to improve. And again, you only have to look at this team. I mean, David Awusa tore us to shreds last year. But Elliot Efti gets into the national team. Do we have anyone on this list that gets into the national team? No. Well, Kevin Ramos occasionally. So, they have an international player, we don't. And we can't sign one. Like I said, I mean, I'm going to go back to that goalkeeper again in a bit and ask him if he fancies it, but I don't think he will. How do I build an impressive performance? By doing more. Can we produce? Yeah, go on then. How's the mood? Splendid. Let's go play some football. funny. Whenever we're the away team, none of their players ever get lost when they're walking out from the halfway line. We're off the bottom. I mean, they're off the bottom. We're 6th. I just saw a highlight. I just assumed that was us. I think this side with a bit of gelling could be really solid. Salika wins it well in the middle. Oh no, hang on. Salika went in 2-footed and dangerously in the middle. Apparently, I thought that was quite a good tackle. I mean, he won the ball as far as I could tell. What about that 2 up top thing we're talking about? Hey, you know when it says you have to have 5 players from Gibraltar in the lineup? What happens if Yates, Burrell, and Aviano? So I can't bring on. But Lopez Luque is one of those players, surely. Why are you not allowing me to bring on Lopez Luque? Lions, Gibraltar. He's been in Gibraltar his entire career, apart from very briefly in Italy. Why is he not homegrown? Right, Lyson Marquez. He's not homegrown, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, he is. Okay, fine, we'll do that. And then I guess we'll turn these into inside. Well, that'll be better off the other way around. The game's still playing in the background. How is the game playing? We haven't had a chance to make our changes yet. Never mind. Owusu puts in a corner. Eloabi heads it into the empty net. 1-0 down. You know the bit where I said this isn't the team that gets players sent off and also it could be quite good? Gloss over all that. Pretend I didn't say it. We need to try and sign up. Actually, no, we had an offer accepted for Owusu of 0 and he just flat refused to even consider a contract. So, yeah, they've just gone above us with this lead. They've only had the 1 shot on target. Adams hacks 1 clear. But where's the centre forward? He's there, ambling towards the halfway line. This is a very high line, apparently. Griffiths back to collect the ball. Time and space. Lays it back to Lopez. Yates to Watson. And that's the end of the highlight. That was weird. Oh, Burrell's off injured. This is getting better and better. Dayal into the middle. Oh, not allowed to do that. Not enough players. Guy Palmer? Guy Palmer counts. How do we fix that? I mean... we'll just leave it like that, I guess. He's not going to like it, but this game is done. That's the downside, is that it's not... I think it's not massively restrictive. It's not a horrific set of rules about... And it's not like this... It's not like, you see... Well, Loki does it quite a lot. You sign an entire new squad, usually in Italy, and then realise you can't play most of them. It's not that bad. It's just... It lets us get our 11 out, and then there's just no flexibility. Because we've only ever got 5 players on the pitch. Anyway, Yates plays one out to Emma Watson. When I take the piss out of opposition players' names, they tend to score against us. So if I take the piss out of ours, Mahamoud, completely isolated, 5 men on. Marquez wins the header out wide. Aviona nods it forwards and Mahamoud looked offside. Somehow doesn't win the race to that ball. And here comes Owusu. Eliatefti plays it forward. Palmer just sort of gives up the chase, really. Susi tucks in the bottom corner and there's 2. How did that happen out of that attack? That's our sort of game usually, but again, you need 2 up front to be able to do it. And we can't play with 1 in centre midfield. That's suicidal. I might see how much Adams wants to play in the middle. I don't think he does, but then we can have 2 up top at least. Play a 4-3-2. In fact, we're going to do that. We'll put Marquez into the middle. And then we'll put Adams in the centre mid. Whoops. No, we'll put... No, actually, no. We'll put Palmer back there where he wants to be. And put Adams over there where he doesn't. And you can just sit. Just be an anchor man. Just sit. Adams. Advanced playmaker support. Why not? Aviano's looking knackered. But I can't bring on... Actually, no. Is Aviano homegrown? Yates, Marquez, Palmer. And Aviano, clearly. Oh, it is so much like Tetris. And it's deeply frustrating, but it's actually really, you have to really dig to get to that, to find those homegrown players, because it's not like it's not ever listed as one of these little blobs. And I mean off menu as well. You have to go find it, off match even. I mean, they are for Adams, I guess. But Aviano's knackered, and he's got to make it another. Oh no, it's not going to happen. Oh well, I can't sub him off because I haven't got the players to replace him with. So I don't understand why Locas Luque doesn't count as homegrown. That's really frustrating. 20 to play. Still 2-0 down. We haven't had a shot on target. We'll go attacking for a bit. Demand more. Oh, so with a free kick, this will be another goal. Eloabu with a header just onto the top of the goal. Just onto the roof of a net. And yeah, I mean, it's an early red card that's ruined it. We've had a shot on target, though, so the press can't ask me that question. But all in all, a poor performance. Proud of your efforts. Oi, Salika, come here. You, idiot. Go out there and wash my car. Assistant can deal with that. And we'll come back for whatever the next game is. Fade to defeat, yeah. At least this time, at least this time we're getting suitable fines because the players have. Oh, Burrell's out long term as well. Physio, 5 to 6 weeks, right in the busy part of the season. Is this one of the homegrowns by any chance? Yes, it is. That's useful. So yeah, we're going to play St. Joseph's now. We may or may not be able to easily put together a side. See you there. So Salika is suspended and Burrell is injured, which means to make numbers work, we have a complete rebuild of the side. Lopez is in goal with Emma Watson, Yates, Anaya, and Hopper along the back four. I'll start calling him Dennis. Dale and Avellano are in the middle. Espinoza and Adams are the wingers, with Marquez and Mahmoud up top. It's clearly a weaker side, isn't it? You only have to blink at the star ratings and you can see it's wrong. Adams wants to be on the right wing, and well, I suppose we can make him an inside forward, some inverted winger support maybe. Espinoza, he doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to play football. He's not very good at it. Could Mon Luis go out there perhaps? Ooh. Wonder why he's still here. Anyway, that was my fault. To be fair, I brought him in. Maybe he could go out there later. He's on the bench. He's got a chance. But yeah, it is again. It doesn't matter who's on the bench for this eligibility. It's only like I know Ben Gehring is English. Like he's not going to get on the pitch because both our centre halves are Gibraltarian, and therefore Javier Nair isn't actually. But I'm not placing Javier Nair with Ben Gehring. But we're playing league leaders now, so that's good. Let's go do that. We're at home. I do think that there is a difference, despite the fact that it can only be which dressing room you go in. It does seem to make a difference to their performance. You do tend to do better at home, even though you're not any different than you are away. But it's gonna be interesting to see, and it's a good way of keeping the fitness up because this is me. I don't keep players fit very well. Sergio Sanchez is the centre half that brings it under control, lays it off to Cottrell, out to Caballero, probably not the Man City goalkeeper. Although, to be fair, someone who plays goalkeeper for Manchester City, used to play goalkeeper for Manchester City, probably could play right back in the Gibraltarian Premier League quite easily. Either way, solid save from Lopez, 2 minutes in to give them a corner, Caballero to take it. How old is he nowadays? He must be very old. It's a good header, just over the top. Well, quite a lot over the top, really. Maybe we shouldn't be attacking. Or we're not attacking, we're positive. We'll check some encouragement out. But we do need to start going toe-to-toe with some of these teams if we're going to have a chance of taking them on. Top half is top 6. It's 6th and 7th is where the line is. So ideally we want to finish 7th because that's where the money is and it'll fix this side. And again, I realise exploiting a loophole that's an error in the coding is cheating, but every other team is doing it. Because whatever AI team finishes 7th is going to have their bank balance put up by £230,000. So we can't, edit that out of us because that's then unfair on us. It's an error with the rules completely, but it's it's a level playing field, so we're leaving it. Caetano, which is a type of coach, slots in one of the A. Hernandez's. Kofi Antwi looked offside to me. Linesman run away, so I guess he wasn't. Yep. St. Joseph's apparently have one of the A. Hernandez's. I don't know which one, but he's quite narrow, so I'm going to go with Anthony. No, he's gone wide. Wait. Let's go with Anthony. Oh, it's Andrew. I don't know where Anthony is. Anthony must be in this squad then, if it's making a point of saying A. Hernandez. And we're 1-0 down, by the way. I mean, we've got to accept that we're not a very good team. And I've made some changes to it, and I've improved it a bit, hence why we're 8th and not 11th. But maybe we do need to accept that actually going cautious and not trying to go toe-to-toe with these teams is the way forward for now. You've been terrible so far, sort it out. There you go. That'll encourage them and really motivate them and boost the morale. Is there anything we can do to make this side better? We can put Huart on, I think. And maybe Mahmoud across, and that'll be slightly better. But I can't... Well, I can sub off Adams. Let's do that. Let's get Lopez Luque on as a winger. Because to be fair, last season I liked Lopez Luque a lot. Anyway, 50th minute. We've had 2 shots, they both missed. We'll demand some more. We've got a corner. Dayal swings it in. Keeper's missed it. Yates taps it into the empty net. Referee hasn't moved. The goal won't stand. I didn't think so. The referee's just standing there staring. The linesman has his flag up. For what? What could the linesman possibly have his flag up for? If the referee had given a foul on the keeper or something, that's one thing. Torreira's running through. And it's a good save from Lopez, although it was going wide. Mahmoud's picked up a booking. I guess maybe he had shoved the keeper. But what the linesman's got to do with that, I don't know. Caballero is here to take the corner. He's here for the corner. Antwi had the freedom of Gibraltar. I mean, did we have another player within 10 yards of him? Where is he? He's there. He just comes out. That's your job, Darren, right? You are the best player on the pitch. By some margin. And that was your job. Anyway, Watson has a throw in. Mahmoud to Lopez Luque. Dayal finds Huart, and we've got Lopez Luque in again. There's 2 in the middle if we can get it in. It's gone deep. Espinoza goes chasing. Send it back in. There's still 2 in the 6-yard box. Short to Dayal, who fumbles it into the roof of the net. 72nd minute, we've got a goal. Chuck some praise up. Why? They've got themselves a goal against the team top of the league. Can we get another goal against the team top of the league? I thought this was a terrible pass, by the way. Dayal does very well to react to it. And Robber, our third choice goalkeeper for the national team, missed it completely. 15 to play. Let's go Let's go very attacking. What's 1 goal in the goal difference stakes? Demand more. Anything we can do to change this? Not a chance. We've got a terrible goalkeeper, a poor centre-half, an English centre-half, centre mid-right winger, or Guy Palmer. I mean, do we give Monluis some football? Dale's knackered. Fine, we'll do that. There you go. That won't change a thing. 5 minutes to play. But a 2-1 defeat is hardly dreadful. I'm going to say underdogs and gave it your best. There you go. We could definitely have looked better in attacking corners. But we didn't get anyone sent off. I think if we go... Well, I mean, if we can come into the second half of the season in good form. I mean, we're halfway there. If we come into the second half of the season in good form, that won't help in the whole finishing 7th. Wait, will it? Wait. No, it doesn't matter if we finish 7th or not. It matters if we finish 1st in the second half of the season. And technically, those two things are different. I don't think mathematically they ever would be different, actually. Oh, no, I suppose you could. You could not win a single game for the entire first half of the season, but then win every game in the second half of the season and finish top of the second. This is getting complicated, and I already have a headache. So let's just bin it, shall we? A dominant performance? Yeah, it probably was. Monluis plays his debut. Schedule-wise, we have the Rock Cup. I think we'll just gloss over that, to be honest. We'll play Europa and Man 62 for the last 2 games of this half of the season. And we have agreed a signing. Hang on, we're playing Europa and the Rock Cup first round on the same day? That seems a little harsh. I mean, back-to-back as well. 6:15. That game will finish at about 8 o'clock. Straight out for 8:45. Have a quick drink and you'll be fine. I can almost imagine that happening. That's the thing. We'll come back for the last 2 games of the season, whatever they end up being. If it moves Europa first, we'll do the Cup and Man 62. But yeah. So that'll be us. Wait. Do we only have... Oh, we only play everyone once the first time around. Should have probably done that, Matt, shouldn't I? Thank you very much for watching. Have a splendid rest of your day. I hope you've had a lovely week, whatever it is you've done. And I hope you have a lovely week ahead. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.